Yeah, hi Sabik.
Hi ma'am, how are you?
Long time. How are you?
Fine ma'am.
Okay. So you're alone today.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll. I think. Have we done tall trees together?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done with that. So we'll begin a new topic. And what about how the squirrel got its stripes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll begin a new topic. Can you turn to chapter 8, a birthday letter?
Which page ma'am?
Should I share it on the screen here?
I think I found it also. I found it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll begin with this today. Can you read the story? When's your
How
birthday?
do you feel? What ma'am?
When is your birthday?
July 25th.
Oh, it's coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you what do you like to do on your birthday?
I don't mind doing anything.
Pardon?
I don't mind doing anything.
Okay. Do you like getting presents still?
I don't really get presents. I don't even want to get presents. So.
Oh, seriously, I still like to get presents even now. Okay. So we'll. This is about a birthday, a 13th birthday. So we'll read it and find out. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start reading.
How do you feel when you receive a gift? You all feel happy and love when you receive a gift from your parents on your birthday. But what if your parents are in another city and send a letter instead? A letter of blessing is more valuable than a gift.
Okay. You can begin with the story.
What, ma'am?
Begin. Let us read the text. In 1930.
Okay. In 1930, India was not free. Many of our leaders were imprisoned by the British while in Naina prison. Pandit Jal Nehru uh, wrote this letter to his daughter Indri on her 13th birthday. Let's find out what he wrote.
Okay.
What dear
Where do you
Indri?
think is this prison?
What?
Do you remember your history? Where do you think this prison is? Okay,
I'm not sure.
Allahabad. Okay,
What?
it's Allahabad.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember in history during the British rule, all of them, Jawaharlal Nehru and all of them were in prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is about the time when he was in this prison, way before we were born and before India became an independent country. Okay, so he happened to
Yes.
13th birthday is very special for many people, right? And he couldn't be with his daughter on her 13th birthday. And the best
Yeah.
thing to do was write a letter. In those days, for that matter, even when I was studying, we didn't have phones and mobiles and stuff. So we used to write letters home. For you all, it's very
Yeah.
easy now. You'll just, make a call, send a message on WhatsApp or anything like that. So I remember even I was in a hostel like you. So we used to write letters home on Fridays. And letters were very valuable. We used to wait for letters from home. Okay. So that feeling has gone now with all the technology. So we'll go back and see what she felt like and what he felt writing. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. On your birthday, you have been in the habit of receiving presents and good wishes. Good wishes you will still have in full measure, but what present can I send you from Naina prison? My presents cannot be very material or solid. They can be of the mind and spirit, things that even the high walls of prison cannot stop.
Okay. So here
You know,
he's telling her a little bit about what the prison life is like. They cannot send anything out, obviously. Okay. So the only thing he can do is write. They can only write letters from prison. And
yeah,
what he's trying to tell her is that whatever he's going to write is going to be so valuable that even it's beyond what the prison can control. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue.
Um, sweetheart, how I dislike sermonizing and calling out good advice. I have always thought that the best way to find out what is right and what is not right, what should be done and what should not be done, is not by giving a sermon. What's that?
A sermon is like a lecture, like when you keep when somebody keeps giving you advice after advice and goes on and on and on. Okay, nobody likes to listen to a big sermon or a lecture, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, so that's what he's trying to say, that he also doesn't like to advise his daughter in that manner. Okay, by just going on and on and on lecturing and talking. Okay,
yeah.
but what does he like to
But
do instead? He likes to talk and discuss. It should be a two-way
discuss.
communication, not just a lecture is usually one way. Okay, there's no interaction. Okay.
Yeah. And out of discussion, sometimes a little bit of truth comes out. I've liked my talks with you, and we have discussed many things, but the world is wide and beyond our world, like other world and mysterious world. None of us need ever be bored or imagine that we have learned everything worth learning and becoming very wise.
Okay, so what
But
he's
what,
trying to say here is that through a discussion, when you talk to somebody, you're truthful. When you have a face-to-face conversation, and that there is so much in the world that nobody can say like I know it all. There's always something to learn, something to imagine, something to dream about. There's always something more than what we have, no matter how much we
yeah,
achieve. Okay, so that's the kind of advice, or that's the kind of conversation he's having with his daughter through this letter. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
what I am, what am I to do then? A letter can hardly take place of a talk. At best, it is a one-sided affair. Imagine that I have made a suggestion to you for you to think over, as if we were really as if we were really having a talk.
Okay, so he
In
really
history,
wants to talk to his daughter, but and the letter can only be one way again. Only his
yeah,
ideas or his what he wants to say. So she cannot reply to that immediately, right? Not straight out. So, but
yeah,
anyway, he's making an effort through this letter. Okay.
yeah. In history, we read of great periods in the life of nations, of great men and women. Do you remember how fascinated you were when you read the story of Jeanne d'Arc and how your ambition was to be something like her?
Yeah. One second.
Ordinary men.
She's also known as Joan of Arc. Have you heard about her? Have you remember in history you must have learned?
No, I haven't.
Okay, there was something called the Hundred Years' War, and Joan of Arc led France to victory over Britain. Okay,
Yeah, that's yeah.
yeah, I think you remember now. Okay, so Indira Gandhi wanted to be like her when she was little. She had read about her, and she dreamt of being like her. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ordinary men and women are not usually heroic. They think of the bread and butter of their children, of their household worries and the like. But a time comes when a whole people become interested in a great cause. Then history has even simple ordinary men and women become heroes. Great leaders have something in them which inspire a whole people and makes them do great deeds. In India, a great leader full of love for all who suffer and eager to help them, has inspired our people to great actions and noble sacrifice. He has helped to make starving, the poor and oppressed free and happy.
So, who do you think the leader is he's talking about here? In India, a great leader is inspiring.
Mm,
people. Who's he talking about? Who is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru talking about here in this last sentence?
Maybe Gandhi?
Yes, he's talking about Mahatma Gandhi ji. Okay, and yeah. So you understood this paragraph, right? So ordinary people
Yeah.
just think about their homes, their families, but people who want to be leaders, uh, who are extraordinary, not like ordinary people, they dream about leading a nation. Okay, doing something for a bigger cause. All right. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Um, is in prison, but
Yeah,
the magic
Bapuji
of his
is again Mahatma Gandhi, and at the same time, he is also in the prison at this time. Okay.
but the magic of his message has stolen the hearts of Indians, millions and women, and even little children come out of their little shells and become India's soldiers of freedom. In India today, we are making history, and you and I are fortunate to see this happening before our eyes and to take some part ourselves in this great drama. What part shall we play in it?
Okay, so they are now. This is in 1930s. There's still many years for freedom. Okay, and they're deciding what to do, how to be a um, part of the events leading to the independence. Okay, yeah, you
Yeah.
understand that, right? Yeah. Okay, continue.
Um, if we were to be Indian soldiers, we have to respect India's honor, and that honor is a scarred trust. It
Sacred.
is no e-
Yeah.
it is no easy matter to decide what is right and what is not. One little test I shall ask you to apply whenever you are in doubt. Never do anything in secret or anything that you would wish to hide.
Okay, so this is
Further,
one important point that you need to note down. You can just underline it. He's telling her to be honest, not to hide anything. Okay? Not to keep anything a secret, to be open about whatever you wish to do. So, this is one important point that he's putting out through his letter, one advice that he's giving her to be truthful, to
yeah,
be
exactly.
okay.
Ma'am, which sentence should I highlight?
Yeah, the fact that he's telling her never do anything in secret or don't hide anything. That sentence.
Uh,
Don't do anything
Never to do anything.
and don't do anything that you're not that you're ashamed of that you want to hide. So be open and honest. So this never do anything in secret.
I'll just highlight never do anything in secret or anything that you wish to hide from.
Yeah. Okay, continue. Yeah, Sadiq, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, continue reading. For the desire to hide.
But the desire to hide anything means that you are afraid, and fear is a bad thing and unworthy of you. Be brave, and all the rest follows. You know that in our great freedom movement under Bapuji's leadership, there is no room for secrecy or
Yeah, secrecy or hiding.
we have nothing to hide. We are not afraid of what we do or what we say. We work in the sun and in the light. Even so, in our private lives, let us make friends with the sun and work in the light and do nothing secretly. And if you do so, my dear, you will grow up a child of the light, unafraid and serene and unruffled,
Unruffled.
whether whatever may happen.
Okay, so
I've
basically the whole paragraph he's trying to tell her not to hide anything, to do things openly and to not to be afraid, to do what she thinks is right. Okay? Yeah.
I have written a very long letter to you, and yet there is so much I would like to tell you how can a letter contain it? Goodbye, little one, and may you grow up into a brave soldier in India's service. With all my love and good wishes, your loving father, Jawaharlal Nehru.
Okay, so this blessing in the last paragraph that he's given her, goodbye and may you grow into a brave soldier in India's service, it turned out to be true in the end, right? She led the nation. She became a
Yes,
leader of the country. So his
yes,
blessings, actually turned out to be true. Okay, so did you understand the letter?
yeah,
The essence of the letter? Basically, it is just that he's advising her to be honest, truthful, and not to hide. Okay, not to do
yeah,
anything that she would be ashamed of, to do things openly. And
yeah.
at that point, people were scared in the country. Everything was frightening. They were scared to do anything, to speak out. Okay, so at that time, he wanted her to be brave and strong. So that's all the letter is about. So you need to answer the questions on your own. Okay, which are in the text. All right, because they're very simple. It's straight off the letter itself. All right, you
And
can do it
then should I
later.
write a
But
book or like under the? Should I just write it underneath the question?
yeah, not now. You can do it later because it's just straight from the. If you've understood the letter, if you've understood the story, then you can. It's easy to answer it. You've understood every part of it, right?
Yeah. Should I write in the text? Can I just write the answer in the textbook?
If it's just one word, you can. If it's a long answer, then you need to use it. Write it in your notebook. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be neater if you write it in your notebook, I guess. Yeah. So we'll go down to the. There's a little bit of grammar in this. Is there any part of the letter you didn't understand?
No, I understood everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll go down to homophones.
Yeah.
You found the page?
What? Now?
You found the page?
Yeah.
Homophones, yeah, further down. Okay. What are homophones? You know what they are?
They are words which sound similar, but I think spelling and meaning is different.
Okay. There are homophones, homographs, and homonyms. Okay. So there's a very slight difference between the three. So I think you need to write it down so you'll understand. Could you just write homograph first? Homograph in your notebook.
I'm spelling, ma'am.
HOMO
Yes, ma'am.
GRAPH.
Yes.
You can write an example for homograph. Bow, BOW, and bow, BOW. Bow and bow.
BW and
Both are BOW. Bow and bow. Bow is when you bow down, you bow your head down to somebody. Okay? And
yeah,
bow is a ribbon that you tie, right? A bow.
yeah,
And you can write one more example. Sow and sow. SOW
yeah,
is what you sow, the seeds that you sow.
yeah.
And SOW is also a cow, a female cow. Okay, so words like these, which have the same spelling. So you can write below that same spelling. So homographs are words with the same spelling.
Yeah.
And the pronunciation may or may not be different. It could be the same or it could be different. So graph is to do with writing. So you can remember that way, same spelling. Okay. But pronunciation may or may not be the same. Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now write homophone. Homophone. Homophone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Example, you could write pray, Pray.
Yeah.
You pray to God, and Prey. That is a prey of an animal. The deer is a
Yeah.
prey of the tiger. Prey and Ey. Okay.
Yeah. EY and AY, right?
Yeah. Ay is when you pray to God, and Ey is the animal prey of the other animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can write
Yeah.
one more example: sun and sun. Son
Yeah.
and sun. Okay. So what do you notice in this? The spellings are different.
Different and meaning is different.
Yeah, but the pronunciation is the same. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can write same sound and different spelling.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's one more word. It's called homonym. Homonym.
What's up?
Homonym.
Ma'am, spelling, ma'am?
Homonym.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here just write an example for that. Write and write. Write.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Right. Right hand.
Yeah.
So homonyms can either be homophones or they can be homographs depending on the situation. Okay. So here, what do you think this homonym is? Is it a homophone or a homograph? Right and right.
Um, um, they're a homophone.
Yeah, because the pronunciation is the same, but the spelling is different. Okay. So
Yeah.
here, this homonym is a homophone. It can also be a homophone. I'll give you one more example. Pole and pole. Pole
Yeah.
and pole. Again.
Yeah.
Or pen and pen. You can write pen. Pen is the pen you write, and pen, the other pen is the sheep's home. The home of the sheep is a pen. So
Yeah.
those are, what are they?
Oh,
The pronunciation is the same, and the spelling is also the same. Okay?
yeah.
So these are called homonyms. So the spelling can either be the same or they can be different in a homonym.
Yeah.
And if the spelling is the same and the pronunciation is different, it becomes a homograph. So homonym, we'll go into detail later. Right now, we'll just stick to homograph and homophones. Okay. So homograph is basically the same spelling and homophone is the same sound. And homonym could be a
Yeah.
little confusing. So we'll go into it in detail later. Okay. So you understood these two, right? Homograph and
Yeah.
homophone. All right. I'll give you a few more examples for homophone.
Fine.
You can write here, and no, I think it's there in your text, a few of them. Here, HEAR and HERE, here.
Yeah.
And right here, and you can hear with your ears, okay? And stare and
Yeah.
stairs. Stairs are the steps, STAIRS.
Yeah.
And when you stare with your eyes, it is STARES, stairs, okay?
Yeah.
So these are homophones. And homograph, I'll give you one or two more examples. Bark and bark. The bark of the tree,
Yeah.
yeah, and bark of the dog. You can write it down. So the sound, the spelling is the same in homograph.
Yeah.
Bark and bark. And can you write down wind and wind? So wind is the wind, breeze, and wind is when you wind up a clock or when you wind up something. So here this pronunciation is different, but the spelling is the same. So that's why it is a homograph. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you fill up these in your textbook exercise 1? First read these. Break, break, check, check. Can you read out those words?
Break, break, check, check, dear, dear, fair, fair, heel, heel, right, right.
Okay, you know the meanings of these, right? So all these are
Yeah.
homophones. The sounds are the same, spelling is different, and pronunciation is the same. Okay? Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
fill up these? Exercise 1.
Word with right words to complete the similar sounding spells.
Yeah. The
So,
sound will be the same, but spelling will be different. So these are homophones. So can you think of a homophone for lose? This is to lose a race
loose,
or lose in a game.
this is
LOSE.
lace, and that is a loose lace.
Yeah, when your clothes are loose, you have a loose fitting shirt. So LOOSE. That would be LOOSE.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fill up the next one.
Can I write peace and pace?
No, this pace, PACE. No, you can't because
PAC. Yeah.
no. Think of another word with the same pronunciation but different.
Peace. Peace. PIECE.
Yeah, PIEC, a
Peace.
piece of cake or a piece of a pizza. PIEC.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next word.
Weak. Weak. WEAK.
Yeah, when you're weak, when you're sick and you're weak. WEAK.
Yeah.
And the days of the week. Okay.
Can I write waste? VAST.
Vast. That would be vast.
Sorry, not vast. WAIST. Sorry.
Yeah, part of your body near your hip. It's WAIST.
Yeah.
The last word.
I don't know, ma'am.
Cast. To cast. This is to cast a net into the ocean or something. CAST, right?
Yeah.
Think of another word with a different meaning and spelling. Like in India, we have the caste system. We have
Oh,
Hindu,
yeah.
Christians, yeah. So it is caste, CASTE.
Yeah.
So now you got an idea of what homophones are?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can fill up this, with the same words, you can fill up these, the exercise 2.
So do I have to write the words which I have just written, or can I write any of these words?
No, the words which are already there, those 5 words, and the words which you've written, you need to fill up um,
But
those.
for waste, but for waste, I'll write WAIST then.
Yeah. The first one is do not waste your time, WASTE, right? The pair
Yeah.
of jeans is tight at the waist, WAIST.
So I should write the one which I have written right now, right?
Yeah, yeah,
WAIST.
yeah. For the second, for B. What is 2A? The people were eager to.
I'll just write. Ma'am, what would the one A be?
The people were eager to. What do you do to your vote when you go and vote? You cast your vote. CAST.
Ma'am, what about the first one? One A. Can I write waste? Do not waste your time.
Yeah, the first one A is do not waste. WASTE. Waste your time. And B
Yeah.
is WAIST. The jeans are tight at the waist.
Yeah.
Okay, two A is to cast your vote. CAST. And what is B?
CAST. Cast.
TE. Yeah, CASTE. Do not discriminate on the basis of caste.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's 3A?
Minus. Peace.
Peace. PEACE. Okay. And B?
Peace. PIEC. PIEC.
Yeah. For A?
Lose. LOSE.
Yeah. And for B?
Lose. LOOSE.
Okay. 5A?
Weak. WEEK.
Yeah. And B?
WEAK.
Okay, great. So now I think you must have got an idea of what homophones are.
Yeah.
Okay.
One second, ma'am. You came from the window and I come from the window. Where is Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In the next class, we'll go more into detail with homographs and homoenes. All right. So as long
Yeah.
as you've got an idea of homophones, the other two will be easy. Now we'll just
Yeah.
continue a little more of grammar with WH questions. Okay. Can you just go down to the next page or so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you found it. Okay. Could you just read that?
You're talking about the exercise one, right?
Yeah, 8.3. Let us learn grammar, constructing WH questions.
Uh, in this lesson,
Yeah, that's right.
every question beginning with WH question word. What present can I send you from Naina present? What am I? What am I to do then? What part shall we play in it?
Okay, so
There it's
Nehru has used many WH questions in his letters. So we'll go into the other words with which you can frame questions. Read the words in the box.
when, what, where, why, who, whom, whose, which, how.
Okay, so all these questions are WH except the how. So all these words can be used to ask questions when you ask a question. Okay, the question words. So
Yeah.
can you complete exercise 1 by filling in the blanks here?
Yeah.
Yeah, just fill it up. If some questions can use either one or two different words, so you look at the answer and then you'll be able to figure out which word you're supposed to use, like
Yeah,
the conversation between both of them. So with Vivek
yeah,
answers, you can figure out what the question ought to be.
yeah.
You done?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, for can I write how in one of them?
Okay. What's the first one? What have you written?
Where?
Yeah. Where are you going? So he's replied, I'm going to the doctor. What's the second one?
Why?
Why? So he's going because he has a stomach ache.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one?
Which?
Yeah. So which of these two doctors will you go to? So he says you should probably go to um, Dr. Solanki. Next one?
I'm thinking of writing, but what are his timings to see the patients, and how will you go there, Vivek?
So he's saying what are the timings? So the timings he'll call and check up. And how will he go? He'll go by cab. Yeah. So the last one will be how.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we won't do the next one. I'm sure you're able to frame sentences and questions with WH words,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. So there's a box further down. I'm sure that these are kind of sentences you can frame, right?
Yeah, ma'am, I'll just go to the washroom and come back.
Oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the next class, we'll continue with the remaining part of the grammar, imperative sentences, and whatever else is there in a informal letter. You written informal letters last year?
Um, I don't remember writing much, but I remember that I've written it down.
Okay, so we'll do it again. It'll take some time, so we won't be able to do it today. Yeah, so before we wind up, can you just quickly summarize the letter, Jawaharlal Nehru's letter for me, which you just read earlier?
And so he basically was in he
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? It was breaking.
yeah, one second. Basically he was in prison and he wanted to send a letter to his daughter Indra. So he sent a letter
What was special
and
about the letter?
what man?
What was special about the letter, this particular letter?
That uh, that she shouldn't hide anything and that he should and she should always like she shouldn't be afraid. She should just tell what she doesn't want to hide and stuff like that.
Okay. So what was special about it? Why was this letter written on that particular day?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
It's a 13th birthday. Okay.
Oh yeah, 13th. Yeah.
So it's basically a gift in the form of a letter, birthday gift. Okay. So what else figure out from the letter?
He said he couldn't talk to her, and that's why he wanted to send this letter. So that's about it. That's as much as I could summarize it now.
Okay. So he basically he'd rather talk to her than write a letter, but he had no choice. So he had to do this. This was the best he could do
Yeah.
from prison. And what was the best part about the ending of the letter? That his blessings actually uh,
But
yeah, he blessed her saying she should lead the nation one day, which she did. Okay, so
yeah.
make sure you answer the questions, all right? And if there is any doubt, you could ask me in the next class while you're filling up the answers. Okay? Okay, so we'll wind up
But
here.
which answer should I fill?
All the textual questions which are in your text. Uh, but there are questions after the letter, right? Related to the letter.
Yeah. Like question. Oh, the in text questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'll see you in the next class.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.